Greetings from Dystopia, episode 35. Late start this morning. Still morning, although barely. Woke up this morning, just didn't feel like going out and going for a walk. But it's my own rule. Can't stop, won't stop, no excuses. Unless it's a valid medical reason. I'm not stopping. I even thought about doing the treadmill, but after 10-15 minutes on the treadmill, man, I'm done. It's just nothing ever changes, you know. You just keep rolling along, but nothing ever changes. Here, every step, the view is different. We are back out on the I&M again today. Day 4 on this same piece of trail. I thought about doing this entire stretch today, but like I said, I don't feel like walking much, so I'll go out and I do my minimum. That's the trick, and we talked about that, I don't know, 10 episodes ago now. You set your goal, you make your goal every day. Doesn't matter, you can't stop. You know, you can set it to a reasonable goal. I mean, I forgot who it was that commented on one of the Facebook posts. If 5,000 steps is a reasonable goal, hell yeah. Especially if you didn't do any yesterday. 5,000 is a good goal. Sadly, right now I'm set back down to 10,000. I was up to 15,000 in a day, but most hikes I was actually going beyond that, 15 to 20,000 range on average. So it's a little bit cut back. Just like I said, I was giving the adductor a break, and now I'm just going through this little dip where just not feeling it, but I know I have to do it, so gotta get out there. It's funny, as I backed off, which reminds me, somebody pointed out yesterday I haven't posted my my weekly update, my accountability posts, and you're right. I went back and looked, I'm like, no, I know I posted it, but I didn't. So I will get one up today, and it'll just, so basically the last 2 weeks since I didn't post it, I don't know my mileage, I'll have to add that up, but yesterday's weigh-in was 190.4 pounds. The previous weekend was 191. So I had, because I slowed down and wasn't exactly eating right, I saw this 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds kind of wiggle through, but as we all know, a good BM will drop a pound. So, but yeah, because I hadn't been eating right and hadn't been exercising, it caught up to me real quick. Granted, it's only a few pounds, it's no big deal. In fact, it's a little over a month ago, I went out and ran one day. So I hiked the one day, and in that one day I dropped a pound, and that's, you know, obviously that's water loss, but that's why if you are dieting, don't worry about a pound here and there, or 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 5 pounds. Don't worry about it. You can pull it back down. I swear I keep hearing cyclists behind me, but nothing there. I just had a goose take off over from the canal itself. But anyway, yeah, don't worry about a few pounds. You're gonna fluctuate. It's like initially I started when I started out lifting weights again with the kettlebells, as I started working out more and more, I want to get a picture of that flower. As I started working out more and more, I was actually watching the weight loss stop, and then it started turning around a little bit. It's because I was, again, concentrating more on muscle than actually losing the fat, so the weight fluctuated a little bit. Let me pause, get this photo, and then I'll come right back. All right, I'm back. I'll post the pictures. I'll try and always put photos in the opener or at the end, you know, of just little flowers or something of interest. That was just another little flower that caught my eye. A few friends have been posting wildflower photos on Facebook too, and some of them are pretty cool. Definitely worth getting out and looking at the flowers. So yeah, back to the other one, don't get discouraged at a few pounds here and there. As long as the gradual trend is down, you know, you want to just continue going down. A little bump back is not going to hurt anything. I know a lot of people get discouraged by that. Hell, I do too, but I just back up and look at the bigger picture, you know. All right, I'm going to walk a little bit, and we'll see you guys at the turnaround. Bye. Hey guys, while I was walking, dawned on me, I had gotten an email the other day, somebody asking about OBS. I had mentioned it in the first Raspberry Pi video where I showed the camera view and then switched to the web browser view. The question was that an edit trick or is that actual software, even though I mentioned OBS. OBS is actual software. It's the open broadcast software, or open broadcaster software. I forgot exactly the meaning of it. I'll post it right below here. OBS is a video recording and video streaming software package. It is open source, i.e. free. I believe they accept donations to support the project. It's a piece of software I used it years ago, but I've not played with it to its full to its full capability lately. It's become much more refined. I need to pay a little bit more attention to learning how to use it, but yeah, it allows you to stream to Twitch and YouTube and other platforms as well. I'm looking for the osprey. I saw one when I got out of the car. But yeah, I know a lot of people that use it for Twitch, and it's very, very handy. A lot of gamers use it to stream the video from their games, as well as, you know, the little bottom third or down in the corner 25% video of them while they play. So it's a pretty handy piece of software, but when we get to that point, we can do not a review of it, but I can actually set it up and show you guys its basic functions if you're interested in it. All right, that's it for now. All right, so we'll walk you up this hill. So if you do walk this trail, don't overlook this little grassy hill, because there's a surprise. And the blue jays, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, they just flew across. There went one back across into the trees right above where we're walking to. So yeah, sometimes you got to make sure you take a look at everything along the trail. You never know what you'll find. So we're back up here again. I don't know, I just like this spot. I'll have to make this a... Got a little bee working across over here. I don't know if you can... I don't know where he went. He was just flying around the corner here. But yeah, this would be a good spot to come up and have a lunch one day. Just kick back and chillax and enjoy a lunch. I think the only thing that could potentially spoil it would be a train right behind, but that's alright. I don't mind the trains. They're only there for a few minutes. I grew up around them anyways. My dad worked for the railroad, so I was thinking about that yesterday. I used to love going to work with him, and I'd go out with the little looks kind of like a old-fashioned mop handle with the two little wire hooks coming up at the end, except there was a rubber band between them, and you would put a, I don't know if it was a transfer note or what, I don't remember, but Dad would write a little note and put it in that pole and hand it to me, and I would run out, hold the pole up in the air towards the train, and when the train went by, the engineer would grab it, grab that little note. And this is back in the early 70s. Or I know it was Dad just kicking me out to give him some peace and quiet for a while, but didn't look like the mic was plugged in, but it is. Dad would send me out to climb this one pole. It's a light pole. You guys have all seen them. It's a red and yellow light, and depending on the orientation of the track, that light would change. Well, it had a platform on the top of it. And Dad would send me up that platform to count the engine, count the cars, and count the caboose, and tell them if any were missing. But I do remember one time a train goes by and Dad goes, somebody said something over the, it was like an intercom thing. You'd push the button one way and it would talk to the next little building, like where my dad worked in, little house. Up would talk to the house up track, down would talk to the house down the track, the next one. And the radio went off, or the intercom went off, and it was my dad's friend Irwin. And Irwin said, "That last train came through, did it have a caboose?" Dad's like, "I don't know." He's like, "Go out there and look." So I went out the tracks and didn't see anything, and then suddenly the caboose goes rolling by on its own, not attached to the train. It was an unoccupied caboose and it had come loose, but I know now they have safeties built into them. I don't know what the story was, why that one came loose. I just remember how funny it was just to see the caboose rolling by on its own. You know, especially at that age, I knew the caboose didn't have an engine, although I've seen some over the years that do, but they're meant for track workers. These Blue Jays are still over there raising hell. All right, I've had a break. Time to walk back. See you guys back at the car. I don't know if he'll stay there or he'll fly away. He'll probably fly away. Yep. And off he goes. Oh, I'm not quite sure what that is. It's definitely a vehicle on the trail. It should be interesting. I'll see what's going on in a few minutes here. There you go. Guy on it from the county, just running the trail to make sure, you know, everything's okay and there's nothing funky going on. That little waterfall I passed yesterday cut down to about half its flow. That was obviously just overflow of rain from the day before. It's back to being a quiet day on the trail again, at least. I've only seen three people. One cyclist when I first got on the trail, Then another cyclist went that way, and then a runner also heading south. So only 3 people today. Looking at this one spot right down here. This little water, little riffle. Can't tell if it's the remnants of an old dam. My suspicion is it was put in to allow a big backhoe access over there. And it may be remnants of an old lock too. I'll have to look on the map. In fact, I should probably, I'll mark my position in a minute. I have noticed, looking at the maps, that portions of the trail are public land on both sides through here. Well, I wouldn't say public land, state land. So I was wondering if any of them you could get a dispersed camping permit. That would be kind of nice. As far as I know, in Illinois, there's only a couple areas that are dispersed camping. Never really looked in Illinois, to be honest. I've done a fair bit of dispersed camping in northern Michigan and northern Wisconsin, and then up into Minnesota. A few of them in Wisconsin are really nice, but they require a separate permit from either the local municipality or the local county. In fact, I was just watching a video the other day, and the woman that makes the videos, Annie Nelson, actually stayed in one not far from St. Croix River that I had stayed in before, and that was pretty funny. So, it starts to be a small world as you start watching some of these bloggers.